let's look at the history of cybercrime. So as you can see, this graph shows us how cybercrime has progressed over the years. In 1990s, MNC database Pentagon and IBM were hacked. Again in 1990s, national crackdown on criminals, Microsoft NT operating system pierced. So this is where hacking started becoming more mainstream. Right? Before this, hacking was very much limited to organizations who used computers. But in the late 80s, internet happened, and then we had e-commerce coming in, which basically led to our online retail stores, online banking, and online data stores as well, which then led to criminals hijacking this data or hijacking your money and trying to steal it on the internet itself. In 2001, cybercriminals launched attacks against eBay, Yahoo, CNN, Amazon, and other organizations. 2007, this was where one of the biggest bank hacks had happened. Swedish bank Nordea, they recorded at least $1 million being stolen in 3 months from 250 accounts. 2013, Adobe had 2.9 million accounts compromised and then usernames and passwords released on the open internet. In 2016, Kaspersky, one of the leading antivirus providers to the world, reported around 758 million malicious attacks that occurred, which they identified themselves. These are some of the most famous faces in cybersecurity or earlier cybercrime. In 1988, Robert Morris, he's an American computer scientist and entrepreneur. He's best known for creating what is called the Morris worm. And this was way back in 1988. And this is the first computer worm that has been identified on the internet. Kevin Lee or Kevin Lee Polson. In 1990, he was accused of hacking into a Los Angeles radio station called KIIS-FM, where there was a contest going on. And if you're a particular number of caller and give a correct answer, you're supposed to win a Porsche 944. And he hacked those telephone lines, ensuring that he became that particular person and answered the question correctly. It was later on revealed that this actually happened. He was jailed for it. Then comes David Smith. David Smith, he created the Melissa virus. Now, Melissa virus, one of the most dynamic viruses known around March 1999. That's when this happened. This virus was released, and this was a macro-based virus which affected Microsoft Word and Outlook-based files. Adam Botbill, in 2004, he's also an American computer hacker from Michigan. He gained unauthorized access to Love's corporate computer network via an open, unsecured wireless access points. Now, these access points back then were not that much secured. These people were able to identify it. What they tried to attempt by doing that was gain access to the company's network and install a software which would then help them capture credit card information of their organization. Right? And this was later on identified as well. And he was prosecuted for that crime and got jailed. Just a matter of trivia, Kevin Lee Polson, he was one of the first people found guilty and was banned from using computers and the internet for 3 years after his release. In today's world, we cannot even imagine living without the internet. This guy lived for 3 years without it. So, this is why we want cybersecurity. Cybersecurity should be in place to prevent these kind of attacks.